Welcome to Grenada, the Caribbean's alluring spice island, where the scent of nutmeg wafts over white sand beaches and lush rainforests. This small country, with a population of around 117,000 and an official English-speaking population, is a vibrant tapestry of colonial history, vibrant Creole culture, and stunning nature. Imagine yourself standing atop St. Catherine's Mountain, overlooking the sparkling Grand Anse Bay, or immersing yourself in the vibrant rhythms of Carnival. Grenada is a melting pot of French, British, and African heritage, from the 1983 American invasion to a booming tourism economy. With the world's finest rum, natural hot springs, and spice-rich cuisine, the country begs to be explored. Journey through nutmeg plantations, ancient castles, and pristine beaches to a world where the past and present blend in an enchanting way. Leave a comment and share what you're most looking forward to when exploring Grenada. Let's embark on a journey to touch the soul of the Spice Island. Grenada is located in the southern Caribbean Sea, the smallest country in the Western Hemisphere with an area of 344 square kilometers, consisting of the main island of Grenada and the smaller islands of Carib and Petite Martinique. The country is the southernmost of the Windward Islands, 160 kilometers north of Trinidad and Tobago, bordered by the Caribbean Sea to the west and the Atlantic Ocean to the east. The capital, St. George's, population about 38,000, is a bustling seaport with a beautiful horseshoe-shaped bay, connected to the world by Maurice Bishop Airport and ferry routes to Carib. Rivers and streams are short, but freshwater lakes such as Grand Etang are important sources of water for agriculture and tourism. The volcanic terrain with St. Catherine's Peak at 840 m creates a majestic landscape, from dense tropical rainforest in the center to long white sand beaches along the coast. The year-round warm tropical climate, 25 to 30 degrees Celsius, with a rainy season from June to December, brings prosperity to the plantations, but also floods and storms. Grenada is rich in natural resources such as nutmeg, 20% of world exports, cinnamon, cloves, and cocoa, and is also home to thermal waters from active volcanoes. Its strategic location was a stopover for Christopher Columbus in 1498 and is now a Caribbean tourism hub, with direct flights from the US, UK, and Europe, supporting the local economy. However, its location in a hurricane zone makes Grenada vulnerable to natural disasters, such as Hurricane Ivan in 2004, which destroyed 90% of homes and plantations, requiring a resilient community to recover. Standing on Grenada's soil, you feel the meeting of ocean and mountain, from the turquoise waters of Grand Anse Beach to the monkey-filled Grand Etang National Park, home to tropical birds and birds. This location not only shaped the economy based on spices and tourism, but also served as a cultural bridge, where trade winds carried African, European, and indigenous Carib heritage, creating a diverse and vibrant nation that invites you to explore the mysteries of a small but enchanting island. Grenada's history is a tragic epic, where indigenous Carib tribes, European colonization, and the struggle for independence intertwined, creating a resilient and ambitious people. In the 15th century, Christopher Columbus discovered the island in 1498, calling it Concepcion, but the Caribs fiercely resisted, defending the territory from the Spanish. The French occupied it in 1650, established sugar plantations and enslaved Africans, renamed it Grenade, and developed the spice economy. The British occupied it in 1762 after the Treaty of Paris, renamed Grenada, and expanded the nutmeg and cinnamon plantations. The Fedons' Rebellion in 1795, led by Julian Fedon, lasted a year, killing hundreds of colonists, but failed due to brutal repression, sowing the seeds of freedom for later movements. Slaves were emancipated in 1834, but inequality continued. Independence from Britain in 1974, with Eric Gairy as first Prime Minister, but political unrest led to the New Jewel movement that ousted Gairy in 1979. Maurice Bishop came to power, building socialism with support from Cuba, improving education and health care. In 1983, Bishop was overthrown and executed by the far left, leading to a U.S. invasion, Operation Urgent Fury, to protect American students and restore democracy, with the participation of Caribbean countries. Parliamentary democracy was restored in 1984, with Herbert Blaise as Prime Minister. Hurricanes Ivan in 2004 and Emily in 2005 caused severe damage, destroying 90% of homes and the economy, but Grenada recovered strongly with international support. In 2024, Grenada celebrates 50 years of independence, with Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell leading the charge, focusing on tourism and sustainable agriculture. Monuments such as Fort George, where Bishop was killed, and St. George's Cathedral are still visible. George's recounts the journey from colonial to modern. Grenada's history is a story of perseverance, from Carib resistance to colonialism to hurricane recovery, evoking curiosity about a turbulent land where past and present blend, inviting you to explore the imprints of a people who have never stopped moving forward amid ups and downs. If you love exploring new lands, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment to share your feelings. Grenada is a natural wonderland where volcanoes, rainforests, and beaches blend together to create a legendary Caribbean beauty. Grand Edang Lake, an ancient volcanic crater, is an ideal place for trekking with squirrel monkeys and tropical birds, and Annandale Falls cascades into a clear blue lake, where visitors can take a risky waterfall jump in the green forest. Lavera National Park, a protected heritage site, has long golden sand beaches where sea turtles lay eggs under the moonlight, combined with mangroves and lagoons full of migratory birds. Mount St. Catherine, at 840 m high, has tropical rainforests with diverse flora such as nutmeg and cinnamon trees, and volcanic hot springs, such as the River Salée, provide a natural relaxation experience amid the rising steam. Grand Anse Beach, 3 kilometers long, is one of the most beautiful in the world with fine white sand and warm turquoise water, ideal for snorkeling. The Grand Etang Forest is home to more than 450 species of plants, from vibrant orchids to ancient cacao trees, and animals such as possums and armadillos. Hot springs from active volcanoes, such as Sulphur Springs, create natural spas with healing mineral mud. The tropical climate with a dry season, January-May, is ideal for tourism, but the rainy season brings storms, requiring intensive conservation. Grenada protects its biodiversity with 3 national parks, from Lavera to Molinare Underwater Sculpture Park, a unique underwater sculpture garden where sculptures blend with coral and tropical fish. However, climate change and storms threaten the ecosystem, despite the government's efforts to reforest and protect sea turtles. Grenada's nature, with its sparkling beaches, green forests, and waterfalls, is an invitation to explore the serenity and unspoiled beauty of the Caribbean, where every landscape tells a story of vitality, from crater lakes to vibrant coral reefs. Grenada is a vibrant cultural mosaic where Creole heritage, calypso music, and spice traditions blend to create a unique and enchanting identity. English is the official language, but French Creole is the language of Carib, with its African-European vocabulary resonating in markets and festivals. Calypso and soca music resonate during Carnival, with steel pans and vibrant rhythms from the African heritage, as in Carib's Big Drum, which combines drumming and singing to tell ancestral stories. Street art, such as the murals in St. George's depicting the spice and rebellion history, is a creative symbol. Traditional dress, brightly patterned Creole skirts and floral shirts for men, is extravagant during Carnival, especially the mud and flower juve. Religion, predominantly Protestant, 49%, shapes churches such as St. George's. St. George's Anglican town is steeped in ancient timber architecture, but the African Rastafari and Obeah traditions are alive in the countryside. The cuisine is rich in nutmeg, from oiled-down stews to rum punches, reflecting the cultural fusion. The African tradition of Anansi storytelling, with its wicked spiders, is passed down orally from generation to generation. People keep alive the tradition of weddings with spice dances and feasts, and funerals with Creole singing. Grenada's culture is a bridge between past and present, from the big drum dance in Carib to the spice and artisanal markets of St. George's, inviting you to immerse yourself in a welcoming people where every tune, pattern, and flavor tells a story of pride and community strength. Grenada's festivals are a vibrant spectacle where music, parades, and fun come together to draw residents and visitors alike into the Caribbean pulse. August Spice Moss Carnival is a highlight with juve, mud, flour, and paint, calypso, and soca, ending with a dazzling parade in St. George's with elaborate costumes and a resounding steel pan. May's Grenada Chocolate Festival celebrates cacao with tastings, chocolate-making workshops, and folk dancing amid plantations. The smaller but more vibrant Carib Carnival features traditional big drum dancing with African drums and ancestral storytelling. The Spice Moss Festival, which combines carnival with street music, calypso competitions, and local spice competitions, features Independence Day on February 7th with military parades, cultural performances, and fireworks over St. George's Bay. St. George's Christmas Market is ablaze with lights, crafts, black cake, and parang Creole singing. Parang Festival in Carib, Christmas, Creole music, dance, and rum punch. Each festival is the heartbeat of Grenada, from ancient rituals like the big drum to modern music like soca, connecting communities through joy and collective memory. Grenada's festivals are more than just celebrations, they are bridges between past and present, between people and nature, allowing you to feel the pulse of a resilient and creative people, inviting you to immerse yourself in the vibrant vitality of the Spice Island. Grenada's cuisine is a symphony of flavors, rich in spices, reflecting the Caribbean soul with its African, European, and indigenous fusion. Oiled down, the national stew of meat, vegetables, coconut, and nutmeg is iconic, slow-cooked to infuse flavors, often served at family gatherings. Crab bag, a spicy stuffed crab with local spices, is a seafood favorite at the Carib fish market. Callaloo soup, made from callaloo leaves, coconut, and chilies, has a fresh tropical flavor. Nutmeg ice cream, sweet nutmeg ice cream, is a unique dessert after a meal. Roti, a bread roll filled with chicken or beef curry, is flavored with cinnamon and cloves. Rum punch, made from local rum, fresh fruit, and nutmeg, is a vibrant festive drink. Black cake, a fruit cake soaked in rum and Christmas spices, is a festive specialty. Grenada uses nutmeg, cinnamon, cocoa, and chilies to create rich flavors, from spicy jerk chicken to sweet local chocolate bars. St. George's Market is filled with fresh spices, seafood, and fruits like mango and papaya. While the economy relies on spices, people get creative with local ingredients, like jungle leaf salads and river fish. Each dish tells a story of survival and innovation, connecting people to nature and tradition, inviting you to taste the flavors of a vibrant nation where every meal is a piece of history and culture. Grenada is a journey into the unspoiled Caribbean, where beaches, jungles, and spices await curious souls. St. George's, the capital, has a beautiful horseshoe bay, historic Fort George, and a bustling spice market. Grand Anse Beach, 3 kilometers long, is a sunbathing paradise with turquoise water and fine white sand. Grand Etang National Park offers trekking through rainforests, Crater Lakes, and Annandale Falls cascading into clear blue lakes. Molinaire Underwater Sculpture Park is a unique underwater sculpture garden where you can dive to see sculptures mixed with coral and tropical fish. Carib, a sister island, has a peaceful beach, parang festival, and local fish market. La Vera Beach is where sea turtles lay eggs under the moonlight, combined with mangroves. The River Sally Hot Springs offer natural relaxation with healing mineral mud. The dry season, January-May, is ideal for tourism, with pleasant weather and few storms. Grenada is safe to travel to, but be mindful of security in crowded areas and environmental protection. This itinerary, from Concord Falls to the nutmeg plantations of Carib, is an invitation to discover elegant and enchanting Grenada, where nature and culture create an unforgettable experience. St. George's, the capital of 38,000 people, is the heart of Grenada, with its Horseshoe Bay, Spice Market, and historic Fort George, where visitors can explore colonial architecture and calypso music. Guyave, the city that never sleeps, is notable for the Caribbean's largest night fish market and the Fisherman's Birthday Festival, which adds a lively seaside atmosphere. Grenville, an agricultural hub in the east, has a bustling spice market and is close to a nutmeg plantation, with tours of its orchards. Sauteurs, in the north, has the Leap of the Caribs, the historic cliffs where Caribs jumped to escape colonists, and a peaceful beach ideal for relaxing. Hillsborough in Carib is the administrative center, with its white beaches, Paring Festival, and local markets selling artisanal rum. Victoria in St. Mark's, in the west, has a small market and is near Concord Falls, offering a peaceful rural feel. Each city is a unique piece of the puzzle. St. George's is bustling with its port and monuments, Guyave is late night with its seafood, and Grenville is agricultural with its spices. Despite limited infrastructure, the cities retain their Caribbean charm with markets, festivals, and hospitality, inviting you to explore from St. George's Bay to Carib Beach, where every corner tells a story of history and culture. Grenada's 117,000 people are the soul of the country, with a welcoming spirit and pride in their rich Creole heritage. Descendants of indigenous Caribs, African slaves, and European colonists, the diverse population, 82% black, 13% mixed, and 5% white, makes for a melting pot. Grenadians are known for their friendliness, especially at St. George's Market, where they share stories of spices, carnival, and island life. Family is central, with traditions of gathering to eat oil down and tell stories of Anansi, the African spider-like figure. Education is valued, with a 96% literacy rate in universities such as St. George's University, which offers medical training, attracting international students. Carnival customs of calypso and soca dance celebrate liberation, while weddings include rum punches and big drum dancing. Grenadian women, though modernized and in leadership roles such as government, still maintain the tradition of changing into colorful festive costumes. Despite floods and colonization, the people remain optimistic and creative in music, crafts, and spice trading. In Carib, you will see people dancing the big drum and telling stories of their ancestors, while in Guyave, the night fish market is bustling with warm smiles. The people of Grenada are the heartbeat of the country, inviting you to immerse yourself in the warmth and pride of a resilient people where every smile is a welcome. Grenada's economy is a dynamic picture, based on tourism, agriculture, and foreign investment, a member of CARICOM and OECS. With a GDP of about $1.3 billion, 2023, growing 4.5% in 2024 after the pandemic, tourism accounts for 25% of GDP, attracting 500,000 visitors with Grand Aunts Beach, Carnival, and spice plantations, providing jobs for 30% of the population. Agriculture, 6% of GDP, focuses on nutmeg, 20% of the world, cocoa, cinnamon, and cloves, exported to the US, Europe, and Canada, although Hurricane Ivan in 2004 destroyed 90% of the crop. The Economic Citizenship, CBI, program since 2013 has brought in millions of dollars through real estate and sovereign funds, attracting investors from China and Russia. Education sector, with St. George's, which attracts 6,000 international students, contributes 15% of GDP through tuition fees and spending. However, the economy is vulnerable to natural disasters such as Hurricane Maurice in 2024 and is dependent on imported energy and food. The government invests in renewable energy, such as geothermal from volcanoes and solar, to reduce electricity costs. Trade with the US, UK, and Trinidad is growing, thanks to its Caribbean location and trade agreements. Grenada's economy is a story of recovery, from traditional agriculture with nutmeg to modern tourism with luxury resorts, inviting you to explore a dynamic country where spices and beaches create a sustainable future. Grenada is a symphony of spices, seas, and vibrant culture, where Carnival echoes the pulse of the Caribbean. From French-British colonial rule to independence in 1974, Grenada is a testament to resilience. Fort George, Grand Etang Forest, and Grand Anse Beach beckon adventure. Oil downs, rum punches, and calypso dances are the soul of a welcoming people. Every city, bustling St. George's, late-night Guayave, is a chapter in the Grenada story. Despite storms and invasions, the country shines with nutmeg and the smiles of its people. You leave Grenada with the scent of spices, the sound of waves, and memories of Carnival. Leave a comment to share your thoughts on Grenada. This is a journey into the heart of the Caribbean, where every moment teaches you about the beauty, perseverance, and vitality of a people who never stop moving forward.